Difference of En between two will be greater than or equal to 1.7, which group form ionic bonds. 1A, 2A, 3A versus uh, 6A and 7A. Oh, sorry. Properties of ionic compounds. Non-molecular form, ionic compounds are not in a molecular form. Their formula only indicates the number of atoms. In ionic compounds, each ion is surrounded by a number of oppositely charged ions. State: due to strong binding forces of ionic compounds exist in solid form. Melting and boiling point of ionic compounds have a high melting point and a boiling point. Hardness: due to the strong attraction force between ions, ionic compounds are very hard. Solubility in water: ionic compounds are soluble in water except a few compounds. Solubility in the organic compounds: they are insoluble in nonpolar organic compounds. Electroconductivity: ionic compounds are electrolytes because they conduct electricity in molten state and in the form of solution. uh, Something's wrong. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Covalent bond: chemical bond formed between two atoms by the mutual sharing of electrons is known as a covalent bond. Covalent bond formation: each atom provides equal number of electrons for sharing, but no transfer of electrons takes place. Each electron pair is attracted by both the nucleus. Chemical bond formed between the two similar atoms is always a covalent bond. Shared electrons spend much of the time between the nuclei, resulting in the attractive forces between negative charge of electron and the positive charge of the nuclei. In actual practice, shared electrons form an electronic cloud which spreads over bonding atoms and fulfills the requirements of each atom, octet, or doublet. Covalent bond between two atoms is represented by a short line, as you can see. Types of covalent bonds. There are only three types of covalent bonds depending upon the number of shared electrons pairs: single covalent bond, double covalent bond, and triple covalent bond. A single covalent bond: a covalent bond formed by the mutual sharing of one electron pair between two atoms is called a single covalent bond, denoted by a single short line, sorry. Double covalent bond is a covalent bond formed between two atoms by the mutual sharing of two electron pairs. It's called a double covalent bond, denoted by a double short. So two lines basically. Same for this one. Triple covalent bond. Covalent bond formed by the mutual sharing of three electron pairs is called a triple covalent bond, denoted by a triple short line. Polar covalent bonds. Covalent bond formed between two different atoms is known as a polar covalent bond. For example, when a covalent bond is formed between H and chlorine, hydrogen chlorine, it is polar in nature because chlorine has a more electronegative than H atom, hydrogen atom. Therefore, electron cloud is shifted towards chlorine atom. Due to this reason, partial negative charge appeared on chlorine atom and an equal positive charge appeared on hydrogen atom. Nonpolar covalent bond formed between two like atoms is known as a nonpolar bond. Since the difference of electronegativity is zero, therefore both atoms attract electron pair equally, and no charge appears or any atom, and the whole molecule becomes neutral. Covalent bond between hydrogen and chlorine atom. So the example of a hydrogen chloride molecule. Hydrogen atom, only one electron in its valence shell, requires one electron to complete its doublet or achieve inert gas configuration. Electron configuration of chlorine is K2, La, and M7. Chlorine atom requires one electron to complete